Hey guys, what's up? My name is Megan and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, and welcome to today's video, which is exciting for two reasons. One, 'tis the season, you guys. It's Christmas. The decorations are starting to appear slowly in my office. I will show all of that in an upcoming vlog, but just know, I'm all decked out for Christmas. Christmas is the best time of the year, but the real exciting reason and why we are all here is to launch my new TBR game. I thought it was the best time to launch it during like festive season because it makes me so excited. So if you did not see my last month's TBR, which was my last ever Candyland Picks My TBR, you may not know this, but Candyland is being retired and replaced with a game I created myself called the Book Hive. Now, the Book Hive is not based on one specific board game. It takes a little bit of inspiration from Candyland, from Chutes and Ladders, Monopoly, a bunch of different inspiration from creators that obviously have their own TBR games, but I did make it my own. So let me introduce you to the Book Hive. I will give you general explanations for the game and the board itself, but just know that if you're interested in an in-depth tour of the board and more on the creation of it, I will have another video in a couple days time where I break down all the prompts. I will not be doing this here because there are 91 different prompts on this board. That would take way too long. So for now, we're just getting a brief overview and then we're gonna play it for the month of December, and I will have that video in the description once it's live if you need more information or want to wrap your head around what this game is. That was so hard to say. So let me introduce you to my baby, which is the Book Hive. Now, this is like a huge board. Like, I need to be out of the frame for you guys to be able to see it. And it is inspired by 6 of my favorite middle grade books, as well as like some chance spaces. But I would like to preface this by saying it's inspired by middle grade books, but that doesn't mean I'm strictly going to be reading middle grade. It was just to find the prompts. So the middle grade books that have inspired this are my 6 favorite middle grade books. You will have heard of them in a middle grade favorites video I did recently, but they are, and let me tell you, the Chronicles of Weatherwhy, which is this orange here. Then we have Amari and the Night Brothers, which is the green spaces. We have Nevermore, which is purple. Next was Mistwick School of Musicraft, which is this pink. Then we have Pages & Co., which is yellow, and then a lighter kind of dusty pink, which is Skandar, and the Unicorn Thief, and all the blue spaces are Chance. So it has 7 colors, kind of like Candyland does. It does include some ladders a little bit everywhere on this board game, which I will go up or down depending on where I land, and there are some like chances like go back 5 spaces, go to this space, kind of like you would either fall on Monopoly or some other games. So it's really an inspiration of a lot of different things happening, and there are obviously some little decor and stuff themed around this. So each book has, I believe it's like 13 prompts associated with them, and that's kind of how I came up with the different prompts. In all, there are 91 prompts on this, and to play this game, I will be using 2 6-sided dice, and I have a lot, oh my god, this is gonna be so obnoxious, but like a ton of different colors. So we can mix and match the colors for different holidays and stuff because yes, I'm that person. So this is the board. This is what it's inspired by, and I hope you guys are excited because I think I really did a good job of picking different prompts based off my favorite books. And for those of you who have read these books, I think you will kind of get why I associate prompts with it. But the reason I really created this board is because I was bored of just having really general prompts come over and over again. With this, there are literally 91 different prompts. Some of them are very specific, some of them are more broad prompts, and it's just going to be a really fun time. And this is going to help me with my goals for 2025 as well, because some of the chances are like to read a Brandon Sanderson book or to read a book featuring a specific thing that I am working on in 2025, which I will speak of in my 2025 goals. So that is how it plays. We are going to actually roll the dice 8 times for this game because I'm trying to up my reading to help my mental health. I have touched on that in several vlogs, but yeah. If I I keep wanting to say spin because of Candyland, but if I roll the dice and it falls on the same combination 3 times during a single game, so for example, if I land on this combination 3 times, then I need to add an extra roll of the dice. Again, if you want an in-depth view of this board, I will have a video coming out soon that will be linked in the description once it is live for you guys. But just know this is what we're working with, and without further ado, let's just move on to the different dice rolls. I lied. I actually forgot another novelty that I'm including in TBRs, which is this beautiful bowl that has my entire TBR in it, color coordinated papers for romance, middle grade, fantasy, and I think orange is like thrillers and mysteries and stuff. Each month I will be picking out one paper as well to make way in my physical TBR, and I do want to reproduce the same kind of jar for my Kindle because I just purchased a Kindle and I have a lot of Kindle ebooks, so I want to get through them. So ideally I would like to make another jar for all of my ebooks because I forget they exist. So let me know if that's something I should add, but in total that would give us 10 books to read during a month, which is more than I used to read, but honestly we're gonna make it work. So now let's for real jump into the TBR. We got the festive dice colors. I know this board is pretty zoomed out. It's the best I can do for now, but I will with time hopefully be able to better adjust. But let's go for number 1, which is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is Magpie, a comfort book. The first ever roll of the dice fell on Magpie, and Magpie is a reference to the Chronicles of Weatherwhite, and the prompt associated with that is to read a comfort book, and for that I decided to go with The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mora. This author is an author I recently discovered. I've known of her for a long time, but recently read the second book in the series. I don't care to read companion books out of order. Don't come for me. But I was obsessed with it. Like, it's a 5-star read. I completely fell in love, and when I met the characters of this book, which is the first book, I was like, I need to go back and just like binge their book. It is between Raven and this billionaire. So this entire series follows billionaire brothers who all have marriages of convenience because they're billionaires. That's what billionaires do, because it's convenient for them. But the kind of twist here is that the male in here was supposed to marry this one specific girl since they were young, but turns out he's going to marry the sister, who I believe he's always kind of had an attraction for, and it is their love story. That was a horrible synopsis, but I don't want to give more than that away because these books are very easy to like spoil. But the first one I binged in a day. I was like, there's something in here that is going to make me obsessed. And so I have much comfort in knowing that I'm going back to this series and going to love reading about these characters. So book 1 on the TBR. Let's move on to roll number 2. Let's go again. $11. Which is Alice in Wonderland, read a hyped book. Roll number 2 brought us to Alice in Wonderland, which is a reference to Pages & Co., and the prompt for that is to read a hyped book. And for that, I'm going with Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. This was one of her 2024 releases, and I cannot believe I haven't read the latest release in the Feminist series because I have loved every single one of these books, and I love them increasingly so. I think Love Theoretically is my favorite. I'm not sure this can outdo Love Theoretically, but I need to consume this book before the end of 2024 because I am not about to let a year go without reading at least one Ali Hazelwood. Maybe that's why my mental health was spiraling. I can't talk, but I don't know anything. I think it's like a forbidden love. I don't really know. At this point, they kind of all are similar books, but I eat them up anyways. So I don't really go into Ali Hazelwood books knowing the synopses anymore. But just know this is on my TBR and I'm incredibly excited. Let's move on to roll number 3. Let's go for number 3. Ooh, double sixes. We got Percussos, a book that punches you in the gut. Prompt number 3 is a reference to the Misswick School of Musicraft. It is Percusso, a book that punches you in the gut. And for that, I am going to put a poll pick up on the community page, but you can also let me know what I should read in the comments down below. I am hesitant between Remarkably Bright Creatures, which has been on so many TBRs, but I just know I'm gonna cry if I read this. This is the story of an octopus and a woman who is grieving her husband's death, who works at this aquarium where the octopus is, and they strike up a relationship, and I think I'm gonna sob like a little baby, but like sobbing is nice sometimes. And the other option I have is the Best Life Book Club, which is like literary fiction. It follows a few different women who are all like going through either grief or change or a difficult time, and that will come together, and I think that they are going to try and live their best life and maybe start a book club and like figure it out that way. And I just think that this is going to be something that I need to read at this time with everything that's going on in my life. I think it could be a gut punching read as well. So let me know which I should read. Either go vote in the community poll or let me know in the comments down below. Moving on to spin number 4. It's not a spin, it's a roll. Roll number 4. Let's go again for number 4. And we have 8 again. 8. We have Book Smuggling, read a book featuring books. Spin number 4 brought us to Book Smuggling, which is a reference to Pages & Co., and it is a book featuring books. And for that, I feel like the obvious choice was to go with Inkheart by Cornelia Funk, which is like the middle grade that has inspired, I believe, Pages & Co. and so many other books to have like book wandering type deals. So this definitely does feature books, and it is a great ode to Pages & Co. in general because they're kind of interweaved. So first book in a middle grade series. I don't really know what it's about, only that it has a similar theme as to Pages & Co. It's a first in a few book series, and I believe like the 4th or a book in an interconnected series is coming out or has come out very recently. So I'm intrigued to see what I think of this. I've heard very good and very bad things about this, so it could go either way, but hoping I really love this one so that I can continue with the series. Let's move on to spin number 5. It's not a spin again, it's a roll, but you know what I mean. Let's go for number 5. Ooh, double sixes again. We are moving fast. Department of Supernatural Licenses and Records, read a book featured on a must-read list. We then fell on Supernatural Licenses and Records, a book from a must-read list, and I feel like the timing for this prompt is impeccable because we're going to go with a book featured on one of the Goodreads like top books of the year nominees. And for that, I'm going to go with Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I had actually started and put down. I don't know why. One of the many issues with my life probably got in the way, but again, Emily Henry, I am a lover of Emily Henry, just like I am with Ali Hazelwood, and I try to pick up her release and read it every year so that I'm up to date, but have failed to do so with this one as well. And this is a nominee for the romance category, and I just love Emily Henry. I think for now my 2 favorites from her are definitely Beach Read and Happy Place, but I feel like Funny Story might weasel its way into the top 2, or maybe it's gonna be like top 3, but I have high hopes for this. Could not remember for the life of me what this is about, but it's Emily Henry. So again, crap synopses, but love the author. I have faith. I don't have faith in Goodreads. That absolutely not, but I do have faith in Emily Henry. let's move on to spin number 6. I was able to move us in a little bit closer now that we're further in the game. Let's go for number 6, I believe. Ooh. Double 2s, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eerie, a book that feels like home. The next prompt was The Eerie, a book that feels like home, which is inspired by Skandar, and what better move than to read a Skandar book. So this was going to be on my November TBR. It's not happening. I've had a lot of really crappy stuff happen in November, so not much reading has been done, so we're just going to shuffle that into December and read book 3 to finally get a review out, because I have failed miserably at my hosting a read along for the series. We're not even going to talk about it, but Skandar is one of my favorite middle grade series. Obviously, it's on the board. I have reviews and like discussions and stuff for books 1 and 2, both spoiler free and spoilery, that I can leave down below if you've never heard me talk of Skandar. But yeah, I'm moving on to book 3, very hopeful that I'm going to love it, but I know it's going to leave a little bit of an emotional damage on me, and then book 4 is probably going to destroy me. So we're going in with awareness, is what I'm going to say. Live, laugh, love Skandar. Have to read it before the year is through. Let's go. 4, 7. Ooh, we're getting close to getting a lot of 3 times of the same rolls. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Step Boldly, a book featuring magic. Prompt number 7 is to read a book featuring magic, because we fell on Step Boldly, which is a reference to Nevermore, and for that I am going to read The Ice Children by M.J. Leonard. This is actually the Sprinkle of Magic book club, which is a book club I host book for December. This is a middle grade book that is about this young person who finds their sibling frozen, and then as days progress, more children are frozen, and I think they have to like break the curse or figure out what is happening. It feels very like seasonally appropriate, and that's why I picked it for book club, and I've heard really good things, so I'm excited to see where the story goes. Yeah, that's all I know about it. Don't want to know more, but if you want to join book club, I'll leave all the information down below. Let's move on to what will hopefully be our last dice roll. And what should hopefully be our last? Yes. We get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa! We move up to Show Trial, a beautiful cover, and we are done. We made it to the end of round 1 of the Book Hive. We fell on Show Trial, which is another reference to Nevermore, and it is a book with a beautiful cover. And for that, I'm going with Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. I love all of Stephanie Archer's covers. I think the prettiest in the series is The Wingman, but I'm gonna read them in order, so I'm gonna go with this one. This is a hockey romance. It's dual perspective. I've talked about Stephanie Archer a lot. She is a Canadian author that I really, really love, and this will be my first foray in her Vancouver Storm series. I think this is like roommates, and I don't know if it's like high school crush, and then they're like, she's his assistant, they're roommates. It's gonna be messy. I'm gonna love it. Anything with roommates, you get me straight away. So I think this is gonna be a fun, cozy time. Again, I'm trying to get into hockey romances because it's now like hockey season, so it makes sense in my brain. So Behind the Net. So this is my huge stack, and I love the diversity in the stack of like, there's romance, there's middle grade, which is my 2 primary genres, with a little bit of fiction with like either Remarkable Creatures or The Best Life Book Club. So these are the books. One of them is not like one of these 2 we gotta pick, but not both of them will be read. So it's a pretty chunky TBR if you ask me. Let me put this down because we still need to pick a book for my jars. So as I said, they're color coordinated. I'm not even gonna look. This one is Calling My Name. Okay, so pink is for romance or romantasy. I swear to God, this could not have been better planned. This says, oh my God, this is horrible. 'Tis the season for revenge, which is a Christmas romance. Oh my God, wait a minute. This is it. This is the book. This is like the Eternal Embers edition. It is by Morgan Elizabeth. It's part of a 4-book series, and there's no synopses for this on the book itself. I just know I'm gonna love Morgan Elizabeth, and this is, as I said, a Christmas romance, so I don't think it could have fallen better and like at a more appropriate time, because I was considering putting this on the TBR somewhere, but the TBR jar gods blessed me today, so can't tell you what it's about right now, but it is a super short romance. It's not even 300 pages, and it's festive. So 'tis the season. I think it's dual perspective. It is. I'm gonna love this. So to the TBR it goes, and I don't really know. I don't have a Kindle jar yet. I just got this Kindle, so we'll figure something out. I'll try to read a book and report back at the end of the month if I did indeed pick up a book for my Kindle or not. So that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, concerns for this game, leave them down below. As I said, a full in-depth review go through of the board will be live this upcoming week, so no worries for that. And I hope you enjoyed. See you very soon with another video, and do let me know in the comments down below what you guys are reading this holiday season. And yeah, happy reading, guys. Bye!